back to the end-to-end podcast. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. We're gonna film a quick video about the Man City Everton game, and then we'll probably talk about the Arsenal first leg versus Atletico that just finished right now. So to get into the topic real quick, Man City versus Everton 3-3. Crazy game. Big mistake from Guehi. Did y'all watch the game?
Of course, bro. Of course, I was tuned in. I was tapped in.
What
I
did y'all
think
think? Do y'all think Man City were dominant and just that one mistake from Guehi fucked them up, or do you think it was just a poor performance from Man City?
It's a tough question to answer. I feel like from my vantage point, I would definitely say it was a game that of two halves or almost of moments. I would say. I think in the first half, Manchester City actually had asserted themselves fairly well. They had a couple opportunities to take an early lead, even before Doku had scored his first goal. And I feel like when you're playing away at Everton, you have to take your opportunities quickly, which City did end up doing, but they didn't take enough of their chances to kill off the game. Which is, I won't speak about Arsenal just yet, but I think this is the comparison that I have between City and Arsenal. Arsenal defensively wouldn't have made the mistakes that City did in this game, like the Guehi mistake. And I think that those kind of things are what can make you lose points, whether it's a title race, whether it's not. That's not even the point. Just going to Hill Dickinson, which we've seen Arsenal win, they won nothing, but it was a narrow game. I remember watching it. Same thing with United, it was a narrow match. But shows me that they have the ability to compete in the bigger against the bigger teams. And I thought that overall the scoreline reflected a fair score. Like it shouldn't have been a City win. They didn't deserve to win the game. And I think Everton actually, to be fair, maybe even been hard done by. If you don't have 6 minutes of extra time or added time, it ends up being an Everton win instead of a draw, and Doku scoring a final last minute equalizer. So I thought the game was fairly balanced in the end.
I agree. I felt like it was a true reflection of what the game was, the box score. But what does this game mean for the season? I mean, Arsenal, the league is in their hands. If they win their next games, they win the league. But is Arsenal going to drop points? That's the question. Do y'all think Arsenal are going to win the league? JK, what do you think?
I think by now it's practically over with. Like, even if some people think that Arsenal may draw points to West Ham, I don't think, especially after this boost in confidence after the win for the semi-final in the Champions League, I think they're in the perfect place right now to just run away with it. West Ham aren't exactly in the best form, even if they're not exactly bad right now. But they are coming off a loss.
Yeah,
Also a loss that will do a lot to their confidence as well because they are trying to fight relegation. I think both teams are polar opposites right now. One will be feeling really confident. Another maybe not so confident, but like the fear of relegation would like drive them towards wanting to fight to stay up.
I
But
agree.
it really just like the whole game really just depends on how Arsenal go about it. They don't get too complacent. They just attentive from minute 1 to minute 90. It's just so yeah, I believe Arsenal can win the league. Yeah.
I agree. And I feel like, bro, like this whole season we've been talking about Arteta and if Arsenal don't win the league, what's gonna happen? Arsenal have found a way to bottle a 12-point lead, and then Man City now kind of bottled the league, I guess. If the way y'all use the terminology against Arsenal, I feel like it's fair to use it against Man City in this context. But at this point, bro, the way I feel, if we don't win this Premier League title, Arteta cannot be my manager next season, bro. Like, genuinely speaking, bro, this is like, bro, you win 3 games, you're playing against 2 teams that are near relegation, and you're playing against a team that's fighting for nothing, Crystal Palace. Like, bro, win the fucking league, bro. Like, genuinely.
Crystal Palace are also likely to probably sabotage and rest players because of the
Exactly.
Conference League semi-finals.
Exactly. But bro, like genuinely speaking, like I said, Arteta, if you don't find a way to win at least the Prem or the UCL this season, at this point in time, with the context and what it looks like right now, bro, there's genuinely no way they don't sack you, bro. I don't even think they would consider keeping him. But in terms of what I think about Arsenal, I feel like we're gonna win the league, but I'm still like very scared. I still feel like, bro, we can be the most confident team in the world and then just put up a shit performance. I've seen it happen before, genuinely speaking. I don't think it's over necessarily, but I think it's like 80-20 chance we probably win the league. But for Man City, bro, I mean, they've overperformed. I can't really say, like, if I want to be as fair as possible, bro, I can't really say they bottled the league, bro. Man City shouldn't be in this position to begin with, in my opinion. We've allowed them to be here. We're much better than them in every sense, in my opinion. Like, bro, I can't look at Pep and be like, oh, bro, like Pep bottled the league. I feel like that's bad and fair, bro. Like, you can't pull that mistake way he made against Pep, first of all. And, bro, he's overperformed this whole season. He's managed to salvage a title race and potentially a Premier League title out of a team that, bro, Man City was so shit last season. And I don't feel like, I mean, Guehi's really good. Cherky's really good. But do y'all think it's fair to say they bottled the league in the
No,
context?
no.
Mhm.
The only
No.
reason why I don't think they can bottle it, because for me, throughout the season, their expectation has dwindled between should they be in the in the competition to win it versus being just a top four side. I think had they been consistently in the top two, top three, and it looked legitimately like they were going to stay in those positions, then you could label them as bottling it. But the fact that, for me at least, there was never any expectation that they would win the league up until recently, the last couple of weeks, where Arsenal were beaten by Manchester City, which for me was like, okay, maybe they might be serious. Um, I want to just address what you said quickly, Conrad. I want to say that I do think Manchester City as a whole, I don't know if you agree with this, but at least for me, I think that their players, not that they're unmotivated, but when you win a Premier League trophy 4 years in a row, I find it difficult to get that same group of guys galvanized to win a fifth. And the reason why I say this is because for Arsenal, finishing second, third time, three times in a row, you know this as a fan. I'm certain the players feel this. They're humans too. There is no way on earth, and this is why I think the league is finished on person. I think it's in Arsenal's hands. It really is up to you guys to drop it. Don't think it's
No,
going
yeah.
to happen, but you know what I mean? But I think based on that, 4 years of success, 3 years of finishing second, like the math's got to math at some point. That the math, the
Bro,
pendulum has to swing.
bro, genuinely speaking, that's also the only argument I've been able to cope with when it comes to PSG, bro. There's no way PSG fucking win two Champions Leagues back to back, bro.
Mm,
PSG, same old PSG that a couple years ago they had Messi, Neymar, Mbappe, and Donnarumma just giving the ball to Benzema. They always find a way to choke. You're telling me
I
we're gonna
feel,
win
I feel,
back
I
to
feel,
back?
I feel PSG made. I feel PSG made because of like I don't think the matter with PSG is a matter of like. I feel like it is a matter of motivation because it's like they have a squad full of players that do feel like they have something to prove, like the
Yeah,
Dembeles, the Kvaratskhelia, the
true,
Doués,
true.
and their midfielders are warriors, their defenders are warriors, like, and they have a coach with the mindset of like you can never ever give up like in anything. So like Enrique is the type of manager that you win it 1 year, you go again, and I feel like the Champions League, that's where the Champions League is different from the Premier League in a sense where it's like, yeah, Man City can win 4 Premier Leagues in a row, but obviously they have to let off at some point. But when it comes to like a tournament-based competition, it's like, especially with the amount of freedom PSG has in operating in their own country with their own league, so like everything is high key set up for them to
Bro, literally, I was arguing with
progress.
this PSG fan. I don't know if y'all saw the clip. He was basically trying to say that the narrative that League One like moves
I
around
mean,
game PSG
I
is
mean,
fake.
it's like
Like, bro,
in a way, it's like yes, the league is obviously helping them, but then like for example, I just saw this the other day that Dembele and Kvaratskhelia have only they have only started a combined 11 League One games. I may be wrong, 11.
literally,
So it's like yeah, they play the games, but they don't start a lot of the games,
they
and
don't play
then
a lot of minutes
with
either.
the yeah, and then with the constant news of they are postponing this and they are postponing that, it's like okay, first, like if you want to say that yeah, your players will show up in the Champions League, yeah, they will show up in the Champions League, but then this is in contrast with Premier League players who have played fucking 115 games since
That's what
last.
I'm saying. I don't know if y'all saw Arteta's comments. He and Enrique
Yeah,
low-key
I did.
went
I
back and
saw
forth
before
during the
that.
week. Arteta,
mm,
they asked Arteta about PSG, and he basically said like, "Bro, they're the best team in the world. Props to them." But if we're talking about the job of managing Arsenal and PSG, we live in two completely different worlds, bro. Like it's two
yes.
completely different jobs.
I feel like PSG is playing the amount of games, or PSG players are playing the amount of games where in an ideal world footballers should be playing because
Yeah, it's like back
some
in the
can
day.
make the
It's like back in
argument
the
for
day.
like yeah, some can make the argument for the like constant playing is what brings sharpness, is what brings game readiness. But when you are overplaying, like how Arsenal players are, when you are overplaying, it's like okay, then that is when the players start experiencing fatigue. That's when the players start
Like,
experiencing tiredness.
bro, there's a stat like the PSG main 11, the 11 that played against Bayern the other day, they've played a
Mm,
combined 15,000 minutes together,
Yeah,
right?
so I saw
This
the
season.
and Arsenal
Declan
players are
Rice,
better.
No,
25 to
Declan Rice alone has played over 4,000 minutes this season.
yeah.
That's
Arsenal,
insane.
Arsenal as a squad has played over 26,000 minutes this season.
Like
Yeah,
it's outrageous, bro. But to move on from the UCL real quick, let's talk about the Prem too. Tottenham, they managed to get a win finally against Aston
Mm.
Villa. Gallagher scored. I think Buendia scored. Who else scored?
Richarlison.
Alisson,
Yeah, Richarlison. Yeah, I think Tottenham get relegated.
No,
West
no,
Ham play Arsenal too. West Ham, they're not looking that good. It's
yeah.
really
I
gonna
don't.
be them and
I
Tottenham
think
to
I
win.
think it's also in Tottenham's hands. It's really how they handle the rest of their fixtures because it's like they
It's
went
also about
on.
if West Ham can manage to win a game too.
Mm, I think West
Yeah,
Ham is West
Yo,
Ham
West Ham
is
can
I think
easily go
is
0 for
most likely going to lose to Arsenal. So
Let me
I
check
feel like
that,
it really depends on what Tottenham does next because it's like they Tottenham went on a losing streak where it was like some games they could have won and some
bro.
games they didn't. So
West
but
Ham play Arsenal and then they play Newcastle and then they play Leeds. They could easily lose all three of those games.
who West Ham?
agreed. And I think
Yeah,
Spurs are probably. I think Spurs are probably going to win at least two more of their matches. I think
Yeah.
Spurs will beat Chelsea at the
Oh, I
bridge.
feel.
I'm very certain of that. I'm very certain of that.
You
Chelsea
think
Mm,
this season.
at the bridge?
Yes, yes. Remember, everyone watching, remember I said that I'm telling you now it's going to
I
happen. I
feel.
think
I
either a
feel.
draw or a win, guaranteed. Chelsea will
Yeah,
not get
I
anything more than a
feel.
draw from that game.
I
I'm
feel.
telling
JK,
you now, bro.
I
what you think?
feel. I feel the Chelsea game. Obviously, there's definitely no reasons to feel optimistic, but then I feel like
There's no
game.
reason for
Yeah,
Spurs to.
I know. I feel like those type of games are played on like how would I explain it? Like I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying, but something like history, something on like
Yeah, yeah,
momentum.
I
Yeah,
know what you mean.
That's
it's
why
Yes.
like
when it's
nothing
like
matters for
yeah,
that game. It's like nothing
yeah,
matters for that game.
I keep
I
switching.
hold on. I would agree with that in seasons past. Trust me. I'll say this very clearly. In seasons past, I trust me. I would agree with you. But the Chelsea I'm watching now is not the club I recognized from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago.
That João Pedro goal
Mm,
was crazy. Okay,
I mean, he's had in individual isolation, he actually has had a decent season.
no,
But
it's
as a
good.
team,
I'm
as a
saying it's
collective, oh my word, Condre! If I could give you the adjectives I want to give you and what I watch for what I'm going to be watching for 38 games this season, this is one of the worst Chelsea fan experiences I've ever had by far. Compounded on the fact that I know for a fact we are
Chelsea
not beating Spurs. We are not. It's not going to happen.
season I've ever witnessed, other than maybe what was that season? I think
Potter,
28.
23.
There was one
22,
season.
23, and the one before that. Yes.
Yeah. But no, the one where I got but yeah, that was horrible too. And y'all had
Ooh. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, 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 yes.
that was bad. But to talk about Chelsea, Chelsea scored their first goal in like how many 8, 7 games?
6 games, 6 Premier League matches, our first goal in a Premier League match.
Insane
Yes.
goal, though. But looking at the bigger picture, JK was just saying how y'all are in debt too. Apparently, I don't know the details, but
Yeah, yeah, he's right. There is a huge financial constraint if we don't achieve any
Well,
form of Euro.
we've also been trying to like planning to renovate the stadium, but then Todd Bowley came out himself and said that may not happen till like 2042. But then
Exactly.
club expansion is damaging from that aspect. Then on top of signing new players and extending contracts, like nothing is really aligning. And then that Nottingham Forest game, it was just like it was somewhat depressing because it just felt like a shadow was over Stamford Bridge because the whole board came out to watch the game. I think Thiago Silva came out to watch the game.
yeah,
Tuchel came out to watch the
I saw
game.
that.
The Portuguese manager came out to watch the game, and it just felt like, okay, we've won this FA Cup final now. Let's bounce back. Let's get away. Let's see what we can do for the rest of the season. And nobody showed up. I can't say Pedro, but then I feel like Pedro was even better defensively than he was
You know
attacking.
what I think? What moment I think is the epitome of
Yeah,
what Chelsea is right now? Cole Palmer missing that pen.
yeah,
That was
that was good.
breathtaking, bro. From the
That,
outside looking in, that genuinely felt like when Bayern whooped us like 5-2, bro, back in the
and then
day. Like that,
it's like
like when there was no fucking hope, bro. Like
like one player. It just feels like now like nobody is really here. Like everybody just wants to show up for work, collect the paycheck,
literally,
go
yo,
home.
Yeah.
like bro,
Looking at like
this
the
Maresca,
future.
I felt like y'all Maresca literally took y'all out of that where it felt like everybody coming to
Yeah,
Chelsea was
he
felt like
took
a
us out
chore.
of that,
Y'all
but then
finally
I
got
feel
out of
like
that, and then you're just back in it, just because
yeah,
the trigger.
the board tried to rush. They tried to rush the process. It's like in a way, Maresca was a victim of his own success because he's like, okay, he felt that okay, I have done what the club asked me to do in the first season. Now I need something from the owners. And then the owners felt threatened by that and they wanted a yes man. The yes man came, lost like 11 games in a row. They now manager is a assistant manager that was the assistant manager of that yes man using that yes man's tactics. He's here till the end of the season. That guy's meant to take us to Wembley to face fucking Man City, and
The
then we're
man
in
aged, man. The man
and
ager.
then
But
we have zero we have zero news on okay who are in summer we want to sign Emega from Strasbourg and call back Jackson. We have no news on anybody we are scouting, no news on anybody, and then the current star players are now playing bad. Like nothing bodes well for a good future, high key, and then it's like bro, like
yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Steven, you could go ahead. Say what you wanted to
Yeah,
say.
no, I was just gonna touch on that. What you're gonna say, and for me, Connor, I don't mean to be that guy because I know this is the most like PR thing to say, but I personally have said this for quite some time that this ownership has taken this club like 10, 15 steps backwards, and I find it ironic how the foundation that Chelsea are built on is being successful and winning, even in dark times. That we're still managing to get to an FA Cup final, which I don't think we're going to win. But it just is a testament to showing that there's still some of the roots of no matter what, you find a way to do something. At least get to where you want to get to. And I think the bigger thing for me is that the sporting directors at Chelsea have done the worst recruitment of this much money I've ever seen in Premier
football.
League, let's say football history. And I'm not being hyperbolic. I genuinely mean this. Even if I wasn't Chelsea fan, I'd say the same thing. And I feel like at least with other clubs, when this happens, there's like a pathway to like Jake was mentioning, there's a pathway to success or a way to kind of get out of this. The only conceivable way I see this changing is if the ownership either can completely remove the sporting directors, all five of them can all disappear, or they're able to completely drop the club, which is very unlikely for the next 3 4 years, to make change into someone else's hands. Other than that, in my opinion, creating instability with no manager, which for me, I said it with all my Chelsea friends back where I live. The moment January 1st hit and I saw Maresca wanted to leave, just like I don't rate Poch as much, but Poch wanted to leave too. I said, all right, serious managers don't exist at this team. And if you want to be a serious club, you need to have stability with the coach who's going to lead the squad. And we haven't had that. So I mean, Tuchel was the first example. Then obviously Poch, you could say in quotation, could he help us get to sixth, whatever. Maresca gets us to fourth place. I'm like, okay, I can see us building something here. And in my opinion, had we kept him, we wouldn't be in this predicament. If we gave him what he wanted and you
I
kept his
genuinely
coach, we would have
think
been.
that would still be in the top worries at this point.
I genuinely
Gen-
believe that. I think we'd be closer to Liverpool. We'd be saying, okay, we're closing a gap right now. We don't feel like we're suffering at the moment.
'Cause the thing is, bro, Chelsea's bad, but like, bro, your competition for Europe is also mediocre, bro.
Yes,
Liverpool is mediocre. Man United is good, I guess. Fucking Aston Villa is good, but they don't have the depth to consistently play well. Like, if you had kept Maresca, I genuinely feel like y'all could easily be fifth or fourth right now. But
100%.
um, I don't know, bro. Where Chelsea go from here, I really don't know.
It
But
makes me
yeah,
laugh though, Conrad, because I know as an Arsenal fan, a couple, maybe 3 4 5 years ago, when you were watching Arsenal finish eighth back to back, I know you were feeling not once all at the depths of hell, but that's not as bad as what we're experiencing right now. But it shows you how quickly things can change from at
oh
one
yeah,
point from
100%.
nothing to
But the thing is, too, bro. Like I always believed in Arteta, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I've never said Arteta out a day in my life. Genuinely, like I've always backed this manager, bro. And bro, I was watching the game today to go back to the UCL semifinal, bro. Like nigga, I shed tears, bro. Like, bro, this is the greatest moment I've ever lived as a football fan, bro. I saw my team go to the Champions League final. I remember as a kid watching AFTV, seeing all the older Arsenal fans saying, talking about 2006, how they don't think we'll never get back here, this, that, the third, bro. This journey we've been through with this manager, the ups and downs, bro. If we win a major trophy this season, bro, that shit gonna hit like crack, bro. Genuinely speaking, I'm so scared, but I'm so proud of this team at the same time. But to go back to the UCL, what do y'all think about the second leg of Bayern versus PSG tomorrow? Y'all feel like Bayern have a chance at beating PSG even though they're one goal down? It is at the Allianz. I'm personally going Bayern, but that's just because I want to face Bayern in the final. I think PSG are superior in every way, bro. PSG are just insane. What do y'all think though?
I think it's going to be the same as the first leg. Like it's just a back and forth game, counter attack, saying who can outdo each other. Because both teams are very resilient. Although PSG is a better team as a whole, Bayern does have the better front three statistically. So it's like
Statistically,
yeah. So like you don't know what you're really going to get, but then at the same time you know that yeah, PSG have this player and Bayern don't. PSG have this player in this position that trumps this player that Bayern has in this position. I think that the game is really in company's hands because it depends on how he approaches it. Like I think it's in his hand in the from like us as fans looking at the game where it's like PSG obviously have the better team than Bayern. So it's like, okay, what are you going to do? Like second
okay.
leg at your stadium,
Like what type of game it's gonna be?
like exactly. So
Okay.
like how are you going to make this your game? But I definitely somehow see PSG seeing it through and getting to their second final in 2 years. Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah,
me
I agree with him too. I personally would say that I think PSG are gonna win. And the reason why I think this is because I think that, and I know you're saying this before, you guys can call me crazy, but I mean I've watched football for a very long time. Teams like PSG don't come around very often. And I know as much as Arsenal team have been building to be where they are, but this PSG team for me is the best team I've seen in quite some time in terms of completeness. Again, defensively, they're not the Arsenal of this season. And actually, what this reminds me a lot of is the same Chelsea one that run that Chelsea went on when they won with Tuchel only a couple of years ago. Because if I'm going to be very honest, watching Arsenal play football, it's very very similar. The attack of Chelsea's team at that time was not the greatest. The attack of Arsenal team now, and you can disagree, Connor, but in my opinion, it's not the greatest. But defensively, Arsenal have been stellar. They've kept the most clean sheets in the Champions League this season, and they've been very good defensively. Haven't lost the game. Very similar to what Chelsea did with Kante and Jorginho, so on and so forth. And the reason why I'm saying this is that I think we're going to see a Manchester City big juggernaut versus the defensive-minded Chelsea in this case, or now Arsenal in this case, going to the final. And that's why I think it'll be the same thing with PSG. And for me personally, PSG have the best midfield in Europe. I don't think for me there's no debate. I think they clearly do. And if that's probably going to be the one deciding factor for me between the PSG and Arsenal, if that's to be the final, and even with Bayern Munich, because I think if that's the battle that they win, that they can win the game. But here it's really what this is what I really see it as. It's the best offense versus the best defense. And right now between PSG and Bayern Munich, it's who has the best attack that can punch other person in the nose a bit stronger. That's what I
yeah,
see.
yeah.
I feel like the
But
PSG board. I feel like the PSG board because I've been thinking about it. Like I've been seeing all the takes about how okay PSG don't play that much, but I feel like the PSG board like particularly constructed this team for European glory.
oh
Because
yeah,
if you look at for like the past 10 years, like PSG will always win the league on. Maybe the rare time of Leo or the rare time of one other team was like but then PSG will always win the League One and their best players will always play the most minutes in League One and then they come into Champions League and then they don't win it. So I feel like everything is pointing towards a PSG back to back, where it's like they have finally found the perfect European win because League One, like they can win the League One as many times as they want, but like nobody's really going to. That's why, for example, some people even say that take away the World Cup, like was Mbappe's career. So so it's like when you look at that PSG, yeah, they've won the League One. They're tired of winning the League One. They want European glory now. So I definitely see them entering the final. And if they do, I can see them going back to back. Yeah.
I agree. But I genuinely think Bayern have a chance against them. Like I feel like PSG aren't gonna conform to the tide. They're gonna play their game. They're not gonna play more reserved because they're one goal up. They're genuinely gonna play like it's 0-0.
Mhm.
And it's just about if Harry Kane, if Michael Olise, if certain individuals can show up and have a legacy moment, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Harry Harry Kane isn't the best guy to bet on in that context, to be fair.
I
He
was
has,
literally just
he
going to
has,
say that.
Bro,
he has,
like I
he has
honestly
in a
don't
way, he has in a way rectified that legacy somehow this season. I mean, he scored
bro,
like
it's up
Agreed.
to no, it's up to
he-
this game.
But he
This
I
game
needs
know,
to
yeah,
go on to win the CL now.
yeah,
has a
you
Yes.
can.
record.
I'm saying, I understand what you're saying, but then we have to give some credit where credit. Like
No,
Fuck
it's
no,
not
I
like
no.
agree.
Fuck no. I
No,
disagree.
JK, I agree. No, you Connor, you have to agree too. In comparison to the rest of his career, what else has he done up
in
until this
domestic
point?
in
Okay, cool.
comparison to his Champions League
Like he
knockouts.
hasn't done much.
Yes.
I still feel like he hasn't done much. What he showed up in the quarterfinal, bro.
No. But what I'm saying
No,
is,
he
as an
also showed
entirety
up
of
in
a
the first
season,
leg.
he's a Ballon d'Or front runner in quotations. He's never
He's
been that
a
before.
Ballon d'Or front runner in May already. 3 times probably.
I know,
When
but like
in seasons past?
he
Bro,
was no,
last
but
season he was probably a Ballon d'Or front runner in May.
yeah,
The
I
season
know, but
before he
then
was probably a Ballon d'Or front runner in
he
May.
showed up in the first leg. In the first leg, he scored a goal. He got an
Yeah, he showed
assist.
up in the first leg. But if Harry Kane
No,
goes missing tomorrow, everything he's done this season don't mean nothing.
Bro,
I'm sorry.
bro, trust me, I
that's
completely
low
agree
key
with
hard.
that.
Bro, bro. You
I
see,
like
y'all pick
for
and choose
example,
how harsh y'all are on
no,
certain
no, no,
players.
no. For example,
That's
like
what I
I'm about
hate, bro.
for example,
Certain players, it takes one bad performance in like a nigga like Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal has 9 big game performances in a row. One bad game. This nigga's not a big game
He's
player.
trash, bro.
no,
He's trash.
I
How
agree with
is for
you.
Harry Kane? All of a sudden, oh, even though he completely disappeared in the game that mattered the most, oh, but he showed up in the leg before.
I agree with
Niggas
you.
don't do that for the legends, bro. We don't do that for Ronaldo. We don't do that for if Ronaldo scores 2 in the first leg and completely disappears in the second leg. Nobody's gonna say he scored 2 in the first leg, bro. If
Yeah.
Harry Kane is supposed to be in these conversations, if Harry Kane is this, bro, top 30, top 20 footballer of all time, Harry Kane should be held to a certain standard, bro. I don't know.
Agreed. But
I
I
think.
think
Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say based on the bar that I put for him, because I agree with you. I don't have him that high as people. I literally made a video. You guys will see in a second. I'm about to post it soon. But I based on the standard I had for him specifically, he's as JK was alluding to, for his career, this is the highlight of his career as a club player as of now. And again, before you interject here, that ceiling is not that high. Trust me, I agree with that. I'm agreeing with you. This is actually part of the reason why I know for a fact they're not going to go to the final tomorrow. Because I personally, if I'm a fan, a neutral fan, I don't believe in him to get me a big win. I watch PSG with Dembouz, who I'll be honest is a very hit or miss striker. But Dembouz in big moments, from what I've seen from already watching him this past season, the season before, when you need him most in the CL for the last couple of years, he's been delivering. As much as anyone wants to hit him, it's a fact. Even I know you're saying thing about Cavara. I watched the videos in the past about Cavara, who I rate highly, but in big moments so far, the last couple of rounds, he stepped up. Yes, I know here about Michael Elise. Trust me, I love Elise. But for me personally, if I'm a player, I'm thinking, bro, who am I backing to take me to the end zone of a competition? Unfortunately, for me, I'm not saying Harry Kane, bro. If he touches
On
the
the
final,
bottom of my list,
he's losing, bro. If he touches the final, Conrad, he's losing. Respectfully, Arsenal about to pick up a double, bro. It can't be Bayern to go to the final because he's not winning. He doesn't have the gene in his blood to win.
Yo, I'm praying Bayern find a way to win. I know after 20 years of so many investments of rebuilding a whole stadium, completely stripping one of the best teams ever to fucking playing with Shamak in I don't even want to name it, bro. To finding a way to get back here. I know Harry Kane isn't gonna be the one to shit on that. I know Harry Kane ain't doing shit. I'm not scared of Kane. I'm frightened.
It shouldn't be.
I'm in my boots to Harry Kane isn't doing shit tomorrow, in my opinion.
He's
Bro.
not. He's not.
If he does, then yeah, I'll shut the fuck up. But
I don't think so. I'll be honest.
I don't think if Harry Kane has a horrible 90 minutes, it's not fair to completely shit on him after that, after that 90 minutes. That's what I'm saying.
JK, what are you saying, bro? I know you want to say something.
I agree with Conrad I agree with both of you that Harry Kane does not have the clutch gene. I'm just saying that, and obviously we have to hold him to the standards that everyone puts him on. Like people say, top 10 finisher of all time, top 30 player of all time, top 10 Premier League player of all time. Yeah, like the goal scoring is undeniable, but then
He's an amazing.
when we're talking about the goal scoring when it matters, it's like, okay, like now tomorrow, Allianz Arena, you're home, you're down by 1 goal, 54 goals this season, Ballon d'Or front runner so far. What are you going to do about it? How are you going to change your legacy? How are you going to change your story? Goal and assist in the semi-final first leg, goal in the quarterfinal second leg, 2 goals I think in the quarterfinal first leg. So like it's not like as if he's not showed up, but then showing up for 90 minutes doesn't really matter when you lose because history is written by the winners anyway. So it's like, you have to really show up and yeah, if he's able to do it, but if not, the same old story.
I will say this though, JK and Conrad. I will say this. I will change my script on Harry Kane if he can deliver Bayern Munich a Champions League this season. I will.
Bro.
Yeah.
You can't. Then you're just ignorant. You know what I mean? Like, bro, another thing I want to say too. it's not even about if Harry Kane can score a goal in the game or not. Harry
Mm-mm.
Kane is not just a goal scorer, bro. Harry Kane impacts winning. When Harry Kane's playing well, Harry Kane is genuinely one of the greatest players I've ever seen in my life. Harry Kane can make a shit side beat one of the greatest sides ever. Like he is the whole system. The amount of Tottenham Man City games I've seen where Man City are on an 18-game win streak and Harry Kane just shits on them because he's
Mm.
Harry. He's pinging balls, making Lucas Moura look like Gareth Bale, bro. Like
Yeah.
he's a complete game changer in some of these big games. Harry Kane doesn't do jack shit. Harry Kane doesn't do. He's literally just another player on the pitch. That's like, bro, you can't be a legend, bro. In my opinion, you can't even be a top 70 player ever. In my
I
So
opinion,
let
mean,
me ask this question. Hold on, JK. Let me ask this quickly. If Gyökeres wins the Champions League this season, Conrad, you're going to consider him a better striker than Harry Kane?
no, not all the time.
Okay. I just
Gyökeres,
wanted to ask.
Gyökeres isn't even in those convos. The only reason we're mad that Harry Kane doesn't show up in these big games is because we know he's so good. You know what I mean?
I
Mm.
can't lie.
Gyökeres is just if Gyökeres were to win the Champions League, my bad for cutting you off, bro. In history, he might retire as just like another Edin Dzeko, like just another striker who was decent, who scored a lot of goals. But Gyökeres isn't a game changer, bro. He's a guy who fits into a system. Harry Kane is the system, bro. You buy Harry Kane and then build a team around him. That's the level of player we're talking about. That's how I see it.
I just wanted to say to give credit where credit is due. Low key, past 1 month, your crush has been.
Yo, Gyökeres is balling. He's so
Past,
Yeah.
impactful,
past
bro.
1 month, he's been.
I put my hands up. I put my hands up. Because today, for example, and back to the CSM we watched earlier, he was doing his thing, especially the first half in particular. Second half in bits,
Like for
but
this
especially the
past
first
one
half.
month,
I want to check
this
his.
past 1 month is the first time I've ever seen his hold up play actually work.
Yes, yes, I agree. Yes, 100%.
He's so close to being perfect, but he'll still make some rash decisions. Like
Mhm.
he'll have a beautiful moment where he held up the ball, he got past 2, 3 niggas, and then he'll just shoot instead of laying it off to the winger. You know what
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean? But he's getting there, bro. That's all I can ask for, just progress, bro.
No, agreed. And I think in a team where Arsenal have been missing having the number nine they can rely on, whether that's through scoring goals or just simply being a focal point where they can consistently say he's going to stay fit and he's going to be able to. What happened?
No, keep going, keep going.
Okay, he'll be able to stay fit. He'll be able to be reliably available on a consistent basis. They haven't had that real like battering ram striker to rely on to be that guy. And I think Gyökeres is must he not be the most complete forward in the smaller aspects you need him to complete and smaller boxes you need him to check off. He's able to check most of them off. I think he showed that today.
Yeah. The reason I just was shocked, it's nothing to do with what you were saying, bro.
Okay,
Guess Gyökeres' rating on what's the app? So FIFA, I think. Guess his match rating.
7.3.
JK, what you think?
7.8.
3.1.
Feels so
I don't know if y'all
Bro,
can see that.
what?
3.1.
That's what I'm
Saka
saying,
got
like,
an
bro.
8.1. Eze got a 7. Trossard got a 7.
Yeah,
Gyökeres
that's
got a
what I'm saying. Like match ratings nowadays make it so much easier
Stupid.
for some people to
Agreed.
like rate football. Like it's like
Bro,
6.9 is a bad game, and
bro,
then
these
6.9
advanced
is a bad game, and then 7.0 is a good game. So it's like that's why I don't really like talking. Like when you guys are talking about the City Everton match, I don't like talking about games that I didn't watch because it's like
yeah, fair,
I-
fair,
No,
fair.
no, I hear it. I hear it. I feel like the eye test is often the best cementer, the best
It's like,
stapler
Yeah.
of your opinion on what you see.
the only metric, bro. To me, it's genuinely the only metric.
Me too.
There are certain things that
because
genuinely,
football is meant to be subjective, high key. Like
literally,
Agreed.
there are certain
Agreed.
things that can't show up. Like a team like Arsenal, what Gyökeres gives you just can't translate to the way they
it's not
score
measured.
a match,
It's
bro.
not
Agreed.
Just
statistic.
can't. It's literally, yo, you start at a 6. He basically played worse than a guy who didn't play, in their opinion.
I think maybe what because most of these apps take into account shooting. I think Gyökeres did have some shots. He had
Yeah,
like
but
two.
that's what I mean. It doesn't actually measure the impact he had
Yeah,
on.
it doesn't measure the impact because he gave who was that Atletico Madrid right back. I think his name was Pubila. He gave that guy hell today, bro.
Yes, he was cooking him, bro. And even the goal that Arsenal scored was created through his own, ability to slow down play and then create the
That's what I
transfer
was
for
saying.
the pass for
Literally,
transfer.
his ability to just Every time we don't even have to build out from the back to create a chance. We literally just hoof it, and it's either a foul on Gyökeres, niggas get a set piece. We don't mind getting a set piece, or we just get a counter attack because he's gonna hold up the ball, bro. It's
No,
I
exactly.
got to the point where they were literally just hugging him every time Raya booted the ball, bro. Like,
Like that's
But let me
I
ask
don't
this question though.
I don't take
3.1.
app rating seriously at all. Like I don't care about them. I only have the app just to check match stats and stuff.
Yeah, like what's
Those
going on?
7.0,
Yeah,
8.1, I don't look at that.
that's
No,
funny.
no. I'll be honest, I never check that. Only to see who the man of the match was. Because then I can get a gauge of just so I know for my own knowledge. But I
You
don't
know,
care
that
about the
different apps always have different
yeah, I
man.
know they do. That's what I'm saying.
That's voting for man of the match. Like everybody's just voting. Like Yamal's always man of the match, bro. Like literally,
Yes.
like
That's
bro.
PR though.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's fan
Yeah.
voting. If favorite sauce gonna win,
Let me
but
ask though, Conrad, was that a penalty or no? What do you think?
Yeah, actually, the see you won, but
yeah, low key. But I don't care, bro. Genuinely,
No, of
like,
course. No. Hold on. If I'm in your shoes, bro, I'd say the same thing. I'm just asking for as a neutral, watching the
I
match for
think
what it
I think
is.
that shit had
I
me
think the
seething, bro.
essay in the first leg might have been a
I
penalty.
hear it. I saw
You
an
know,
angle apparently that made it seem like it wasn't. I can send it to you, but again, that's very
no,
subjective based on the
I know. I
referee.
feel like it's subjective. Like some refs will give it some.
Yes.
The referee today for that shape in particular, that particular Calafiori challenge, bro, I was seething, bro. Like,
Yeah, but
I
every
hope,
team who's ever won the Champions
no,
League
like,
had
I
a
know, like,
No,
Arsenal
I
was
agree. I agree.
was
No,
not
so I agree. No,
League
I
had
agree.
a moment where they gave him something.
yeah,
Like,
And
I know. She just had me, bro. And Lookman, these past 2 legs, bro. I got.
yeah,
But anyways,
conversations need to be had. I
oh,
completely
yo,
agree, bro.
he's up against the best backline in the world, bro. Genuinely
who?
speaking, Lookman,
Who?
bro, he's up against the best backline in the world, bro.
That's true.
Like every
No,
other team,
I'm not speaking.
every other team.
I'm not speaking from like a player. Obviously, I know. I'm speaking from like a Nigerian point of view because most of these
Oh, you
Nigerian.
probably hold Lookman to a higher
No,
standard.
I don't hold him to any standards, bro. Like, most of these fucking Nigerian stupid fans, they were like,
But I
"Oh,
think
Lookman." They were
I
like,
think
"Oh, Lookman is our best player. He
No.
trumps the
oh,
feeling. He's
no,
far better
he's
than
not.
Osimhen."
He's not
I'm like,
touching much,
being
bro.
like,
He's not touching much,
we are
Osimhen
like
is a guy.
these past 2 legs. We saw the Leicester
bro.
Lookman, bro.
Okay,
That guy.
Yes, the Fulham Lookman. I agree.
so before we end
Exactly.
the video, you saw those rumors that Arsenal trying to get Osimhen, like they're really pushing for Osimhen.
Bro,
Damn, bro. So
don't
wait,
even.
what happens to Gyökeres then?
Yo,
Don't
you
even.
see all them nice,
What happens to your crush?
bro. So I don't give a fuck about Gyökeres, bro. Get rid of Havertz, get rid of Jesus. Bro, Gyökeres hasn't even been starting consistently. Like, yo,
I can't like you guys have to, bro.
no. But, no,
Havertz
if
are
we're
not.
being, that's why I fuck with Mikel. If you remember, if you go back, the moment we signed Gyökeres in the first interview after, he said he's not the starter, he's just an option.
Yeah.
Literally. And that's
Yeah, I
how
remember hearing me say that.
all season. The only reason he was starting consistently was because Havertz and Jesus were injured. As soon as they came back, he was treated like an option. Whatever game plan fits more, Gyökeres is used. Yo, if Jesus gotta go, I love Jesus. I don't want Jesus to go, but if Jesus has to go for Osimhen to come in, tell
Jesus
Jesus
is
twice.
definitely
Tell
going after
Jesus
this
twice,
season.
bro. Tell Jesus twice. And even in terms of monetary gain, bro, Nigerians finna be buying Arsenal kits,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Oh my days, we're gonna grow in Africa, bro. We're already huge in Africa. It's like Chelsea and Arsenal are like this low key. Yo, we finna be like this, bro. What?
Yeah, no, that's true.
Influence on Africa, if I'm not wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, high key.
Yeah, low key. But to wrap up, oh no, say whatever.
I'm not saying anything.
But Steven, it looked like you were about
Yeah,
to say something.
there's one more thing I wanted to add. I just wanted to ask you, Conrad, as an Arsenal fan, I spoke to someone recently about this, another Arsenal fan. I just want to get your opinion on this as well. Because I feel like for me, when I was watching Chelsea win the Champions League with Tuchel, yeah, like I said before, I was not proud of the football we played. I'll be honest. I was very disgusted with that. I thought like that style for me as a fan and the Joga Bonito that I grew up enjoying, and that's the kind of football I'd want to coach if I'm a coach, is how I want to see the game played. But Arsenal fans were saying to me, and I think like I want to get your opinion too, and I agree with it, that I'd almost sacrifice the fact that we were playing pretty football at one point, in a different era for Chelsea. And for Arsenal, same thing. With Arteta, there's a couple years ago where the football was really slick. The Saka and Martinelli. yeah, season where they were really, really good. And there was even Odegaard was in his bag at his peak. And now it's a lot more of like, let's be conservative, be a bit more reserved in our approach of games, but it's more effective in terms of winning. And I imagine you're, based on what you're telling me, you would agree that that's, as long as you're getting the results you want, you don't really care about the fact that the football is the most grandiose and, beautiful style that that you're used to seeing.
Bro, I don't really care, bro. If we win trophies, I've never won a major trophy in my life as an Arsenal fan. I've never seen nothing but FA Cups and Community Shields, bro. Like, and we've played some of the best football. And like, I feel like to play in the Premier League and be able to play amazing football week in, week out and actually get results, bro, you need to have a certain quality.
That era is Haki over,
Bro,
bro.
like only Pep could do it, and Pep could only do it with the best players in the planet, bro.
Like,
Like,
even last season when Liverpool won the league, it was Salah and Inshallah, bro. Like,
Exactly. I
bro,
agree with that.
Van Dijk was insane last
No,
year.
no, but that's what he's saying. He's saying it's just the star individuals leading the team.
Yeah. But I wish we could play football, bro. But my thing is too, like I've seen Arteta's ability to play football. It's not his fault that everybody then plays a low block just to get a result. Everybody just team soccer. We started playing amazing football, and then niggas just started taking the piss, bro. Every time Saka got the ball, there's a guy behind him, there's a guy in front of him, there's a guy next to him, and then everybody's calling Saka shit, bro. If we got to change it up and make Saka get assists off corners and find a way to win, bro, then that's what it is. It's a reaction to a reaction of us being good. You feel me? At the end of the day, that's how I've always looked at it, bro. How is Arteta getting blamed because niggas want to play a low block, bro? Like, what are we? Man City, come to our ground, play a low block. Nobody says a thing. We go down. One man didn't start playing a low block. Oh, Arteta's ruining football. As soon as that happened, I knew it wasn't actual criticism, bro. Niggas just did Arteta, bro. Like, what do you want him to do? Just lose, but be honorable? Bro,
No, I hear it.
To end the video, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Predictions for the game tomorrow, I'll go 3-1 Bayern. Harry Kane bags a hat trick, bro.
I'm going 4-2 PSG.
Okay. Steven, what you think?
I think it's going to be tight, bro. I think it's going to be like a 2-1 PSG thing, personally. I don't think it's going to be high scoring tomorrow.
Again, appreciate y'all for tuning in. We'll put Steven's link in the description. Follow us on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Yeah, bro, just stay tuned. We just hit 100 subscribers too. Appreciate y'all for 100 subs. 6 months in. Hey, man, I'll take it, bro. Real shit. Appreciate y'all. Stay tuned.